This is my current situation with my 550 XP Mark II. This is my most run saw that I run. It's got the most hours on it of any of my saws or anything like that. A week ago we were doing a tree job, Chris and I were, and it actually it wouldn't crank, and it compression dropped on it to about 90 pounds, and that's really not enough to for it to run on. And I snatched a jug and the piston out of it. So this is the piston, and it doesn't look bad at all. It's not scored or anything or nothing like that. Here's the cylinder or the jug right there. I can get a OEM Husqvarna jug and piston together kit for it from H&L for just like $204 or something like that. So before I do that, before I order one, you see down in there there's no scoring in it at all. It did have some carbon and stuff in the top of it up there. I cleaned all that out, got that clean, and it's very quick to snatch these saws apart. It took me about, I don't even think it took 10 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick it back together and see if it'll even run since I cleaned it out, and I'll proceed for it. And if it don't, I'll order a jug and a piston for it right here. So I didn't film anything taking it apart. I'll film some putting it back together, and we'll do that and see what she'll do here. And maybe she'll crank and run. I don't know. If she don't, I'll just get another jug and piston to go on it. But again, they're very, very simple to do. The bottom end looks pristine. I mean, it's very, very nice down there, crank, everything. So let's put her back together. All right, piston's in it. Got the clip in there on the wrist pin. Arrow always goes forward on top of the piston toward the exhaust side. Always make sure you got that right. Take you some 2-stroke oil in the bottle. Lube everything up real good. Now we're ready to set the jug on there. I got to oil the finish oiling the piston up real good, and we'll oil the jug up, and then we'll set it on there and ease it on. You don't have to have a tool to get the ring compressed. You can do that with your fingers and work it in there and get it on. But again, like I said, just make sure you got everything oiled up on it. So like I said, you can do it without having a special tool, getting the ring in there. Slide it down. Back setting place on the gasket there. Okay. Probably pull it back up a little bit and get this throttle cable in the slot here. Alright, so we're back on there. Now what we gotta do is put the bolts in with the spacers in there, snug it down. Alright. See if I can. Alright, got that one. One more to go. We got that one started. They're pretty long. I'll tighten them by hand here. So I'll just run them down with this right here. Like I said, time doesn't matter on this. I just figured I'd stick it back together and see if it would go or not. So no biggie on that. Let's pull it. We'll screw compression tester and we'll see what it does before I put the plug in it and see what it's showing on here. This will tell the tale right here. What's going on. Pull it in. I may as well order a jug and a cylinder for this thing. It may crank on that. That's about 100 psi, but I don't think she's gonna run. I'll go ahead and put it back together and see if it'll fire or not. We'll see, but I think this one is done right here. So this is the carburetor assembly. Right here, whole sheet match. It just fits right down in here. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this up, our electrical, and then it sits in this little holder right here. Snaps in it like that. You got your gas line. This goes to your purge, and this is your gas line. It goes on. This is your kill switch and purge right there. And get this thing over here. This is where it gets kind of interesting. It's pretty tight. Getting this gas line on here. You take him needle nose and don't grip it, just put it, there's a shoulder on it, and catch it on both sides of that shoulder and slide right on. Just like that. This is a throttle cable linkage that goes right here. It's very simple to mess with. So if this thing don't run, y'all get a I'll do a whole rebuilding video on this thing. I have to order a jug and a piston for it and get it. Stick this in right here. Get it on. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Okay. All right, got the throttle connect it back on it. There. All right, I got the purse stuff hooked up on it there. Got everything situated. Yeah, let's see. All right, we're ready to put these two Torx in the carburetor assembly. They take a, I think it's a 20. Yeah, it's a 20 on these. Get it all lined up. Come on, man. Okay. All right. All right. Have to watch this purse tube over on this side. It's got a little clip that holds it right here. And if you do what I just did, you got to get down in there and go between everything, and it won't be in the right place. So I'm pulling it back. Got it in the right place there now. Okay, we are good. You couldn't pay me enough to assemble these full things every day. Come together. Okay. Now we gotta pop it back in. Right there, and over here. Just kind of force it and twist it, and it goes back in. All right. So we're locked down on all that stuff, all this. We're gonna put the plug on. Muffler's pretty self-explanatory. It's very simple. Stick it on right there. We're just gonna get them started. Man, saws back in the day, like the old stuff, man, was made out of aluminum and everything. Well, it's so easy to strip stuff out on them. Snug in here. Make sure she's good and tight. Okay. We're gonna dump a little gas in it. Air filter on it. All right, we're gonna put there. We're gonna get her buttoned up here. See if she'll crank. I got my doubts. We'll try it though. I'll put a little gas in it. Try it, see what happens. So you have the camera running, it popped. So I got it off on. I've got it off choke now. So it wouldn't even do that. Let's that side. Oh, heck yeah. Dang it, boy. The beast, screaming demon, lives again. See if it'll crank. That's the only I think I got the linkage right there in the wrong spot on that thing right there. I do believe. Let's see. I think I do. I think I'm about to pull that all. Oh, I got to pull. She may be out of gas. I need to look at. I couldn't remember. There's a little thing right here. No, I think I got it right. Let's see here. Yeah. That's gonna be right. I actually had it wrong. I had Hunter send me a picture of it, of his, and I had to pull that piece back off and reset it right there to where it would be right. What's amazing is the saw cranked and ran like it did. The spark plug wasn't even tightened down on it, and I realized that once I went to take it outside before I cut the firewood with it. I thought about it and I said, heck, I hadn't even tightened the spark plug down in it yet. She's out of gas now. I don't remember what gas I had in and out. I didn't put but a little bit in there, was all. I'll check Hunter's on that and make sure that's right there. But yeah, man. Okay, all right. So here's the thing, it took me about 10 minutes to pull apart, and about that long, or 15 minutes to put it back together. So if I had a jug and a piston, which it needs it, I may go ahead and order one to stick on it there, and get it back up where the compression ought to be on it there, and just build it and be done with it there. Like I said, I can get those for like $204 from H&L. I may dig around and see if I can get one. And that's OEM stuff too. That's Husqvarna parts there also. So yeah, man, just a little bit of patience is all, because all that stuff's kind of tight to work on right there. If I do build it, I'll let y'all watch the video of it. So there's one more piece I forgot. I just looked over there, it's laying over there. It goes in right here. It's a baffle. This is what makes the air do what it's supposed to do. It goes in right here like this. Put it in, I'll get it set down in there, get it bolted in. I just took that saw out there and ran an entire tank of gas through it, and it ran like a scalded ape. I'm just gonna leave it like it is. It's no power loss whatsoever that I could tell. I'm just gonna run it till it quits. Once it quits, then I'll make an order on a jug and a piston on it. But the screaming demon lives again, y'all. Nothing to it on doing stuff like that. And there's lots of videos on YouTube to help you through doing it and getting it. Yeah, I filled it all the way up before I took it out there. And people walk you through doing it. Man, you can save a lot of money on repair bills and having to wait on things at the shop, because you can usually get on somewhere and order stuff. But on the saws, try to stay with the OEM stuff if you can, because I know a lot of people and heard a lot of stories about people buying some aftermarket stuff, especially pistons and cylinders and things. There are some good stuff out there, but you can easily get bit in the tail on that stuff and end up costing you more money having to build it again after the fact. But yes, that worked well. So what I'm about to do now is I'm gonna film a video flipping the knives on Miss Piggy here. I'm about to set up on it and get her done, and y'all get to see a video doing it. I'm gonna pull the air filter out of it too and make sure it's clean and all that. I like to, while I'm not doing a job or something early in the week, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and that's when that's the days I usually go look at jobs, and I do my maintenance stuff, saw sharpening, all that. That way, when I pull out, I'm ready to go and do the next job. That's just how I roll. So appreciate y'all watching and tuning in to me. If you need some tree work done, my number's right up there on that sheet, if you can see. Let me see. Yeah, let me move my head right there. There it is right there. That'll ring to an answering service. They'll pick it up. Just leave a message. Fill in the blanks. There's several blanks there to fill in. Fill in the blanks, and then somebody will get back with you, and we'll go from there. So we'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.